Hello. So I've been reading the book of Judges, and I just have a few observations. I'm almost done, but I know what happens. I've read it before, so I don't have to finish the last couple disturbing chapters. And that's one thing about the book is it's very disturbing. It chronicles Israel's history after Moses and Aaron and Joshua, and the conquering of the promised land after the Exodus where they left Egypt. It's before the kings, Saul, David, and that's chronicled in the two Samuels, the two Kings, and the two Chronicles, whereas the two Chronicles cover much of the same ground as the two Samuels and the two Kings, although from a slightly more, optimistic point of view. You know, so anyway, so the book of Judges covers that area, and basically the theme of the book is that Israel decides not to worship the Lord. Somebody conquers them, they're oppressed, they go back to the Lord. The Lord sends a judge or a military leader to deliver them. I looked this up a little, I believe they also had administrative duties, but it doesn't really say that. Um, Lots of bad behavior in the book because it kind of shows how, when there was no king in the land, there was no leadership, and there was no reverence for God on a consistent basis. And, even, the judges weren't even that great. I mean, Gideon was okay. I mean, he was a little bit cowardly, but he got it done, showing that God can work through people who are he qualifies the chosen. He doesn't choose the qualified. That sort of deal. Deborah, pretty good, comes out pretty good. Samson is strong like an ox, and he's almost as smart. You got Micah and that silliness of the priest, and you got Abimelech's power struggle, power grab that doesn't really work out, but works out for a while, but eventually he gets defeated. And you have the Levite and the concubine, which is a very disturbing story where the Levite, takes shelter. He's about to get raped by men outside the door, so he sends his concubine out. His concubine comes back and collapses. He divides her into 12 parts, sends them to Israel, starting a war. Then the Benjamites, the tribe that did that, lose, and then they have the wife gathering thing. So the thing to remember about this book again is it's teaching us that that a nation without leadership and without God is going to descend into chaos. And also the important thing to remember is this book is descriptive, not prescriptive. And if there's nothing else to take from this, it's not saying these things should have happened. It's not justifying any of this nonsense. It's saying this is what did happen. And God expects us to read the Bible a little bit of intelligence and realize that no, we're not advocating these things. Context clues even says, there was no king in Israel, everyone did was right in their eyes. But also, the Holy Spirit's supposed to guide us in reading. The Holy Spirit's going to say, yeah, you're not supposed to kidnap people to be your wife. Yeah, you're not supposed to send your concubine, who may have not even been dead when he was carving her up, by the way. I mean, it doesn't say she died, it says she collapsed. So anyway, that's the book of Judges. A disturbing book, but it does have some good stories in it.